Hello, my name is Boman Modine, and I'm the lead producer at Affray Interactive. I'm here to talk a little bit about what we've been doing these past few months, and then some of our team leads will take over. To tell you about myself, I'm traditionally a film producer, writer, and director. I was originally brought in about 6 months ago to help the organization and assist in the creation of a new narrative arc to combine the efforts of the writing team and our director's vision. The creation of a strong narrative is going to add opportunities to experience the SCP universe in a way that no one has seen before. We are supported by an incredible list of writers who have made and will continue to make new wiki entries unique to Affray. Many of you will recognize the names of Placeholder, Dune, and Harry Blank, who are headed by Gabriel Kiro. They are joined by myself and our director Trey Bishop, who have used the seeds of Tanhony's original work to create a new timeline of sorts, in which Pietro Wilson's time reset, or I should say, one of his resets, will take players into a story in which something is very wrong with the Foundation. The outside world is starting to take notice. Our narrative allows us to be in our own kind of reality, with our own version of events, bad guys, and anomalies, that is simultaneously familiar but bespoke to the rest of the SCP universe. This is our take on all your favorite monsters, both human and otherwise, to be realized by our creative team. As we get closer to our November update, you'll be seeing more of what we've been doing in devlogs like these, and on our Discord, which is about to get a big update so that our community can feel more involved and aware of our developments. We realize we've been quiet for a long time. That's going to change. I think the most important thing to mention is that SCP-5K is solidly our main focus. With about 35 team members, we patch, fix, and work every week to bring us closer to completing this game. That said, we're growing. We've partnered with Warren Lindsay, and will be incorporating his team into Affray to create SCP Josie, a very different game in which a certain disembodied cat is just trying to make her way through the hostile world Affray is creating. But that doesn't mean we're losing focus. If anything, we're finally getting to a place where we're going to be able to expand our projects in meaningful and interesting ways that our community and our players will get excited about. The future is bright for SCP-5K, even if it's also about to get a lot more dangerous.
My name is Dean Forsyth, and I'm the lead 3D artist here at Affray. My goal here is to lift the veil on what goes on behind the scenes with a team of 7 3D artists, including myself, and the incredible work and effort they put into what you, the player, gets to see on screen. I feel I should introduce myself as one of the newer members here, having started in December of 2022. I've been working in the 3D industry for many years now. Titles I have been a part of are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and Stephen King's It 2, to name a few. From there, I demonstrated at a university here in Scotland while being part of the ISMC team for a few years, and have now found my home at Affray. I'm in awe of the talent here, and I'm constantly learning new things every day from the team. As a tactical shooter fan and lover of all things horror, I truly believe in what we have planned for 5K, and I hope you all see that shine through from the team and the work we put our heart and soul into every day. The majority of my focus here at Affray is to help the globe-spanning team work together, to harness the strengths of the team members and to help bolster an efficient and creative unit that can give justice to the awesome work that Kyle and the concept art team create. We will also work closely with Josh, our lead level designer, to flesh out these environments and drive the atmosphere and mood for each area in a way that makes sense to the player. Another member of the team that plays an important role in our work is Al Barney, our technical director. He is instrumental in the optimization of our work and our understanding of the game engine and its limitations. Now, with all that being said, something I wanted to talk about was the use of marketplace assets. There is a strong stigma against using marketplace assets and becoming what some would call an asset flip. We want to dispel that notion here and now. We are not asset flipping. Most of our models, especially important and unique props, let alone characters and creatures, are all modelled in-house. Depending on an asset, the time and cost needed to create something can be exponential. For example, the new security guards and all their variations took a little under 400 man-hours alone, from research gathering, concepting, modelling, texturing, rigging, and iteration. So how about when it comes to something seemingly unimportant, such as a mop and bucket? Small mundane props like mops, chairs, though important details for world building, these props also consume multiple days gathering reference, modelling, optimising and texturing for something that most players will walk past without notice. But let's face it, a chair is a chair. We don't need to reinvent the wheel purely on principle. We're an indie studio and we have to be smart. We also have to finish the game. So prioritisation becomes the key question. Do we spend 6 months modelling every chair, lamp, table, light switch and pipe to avoid being pegged for asset flippers? Is it worth the time lost instead of working on new characters, creatures or interactive environments for you to engage with? I'll tell you this. The answer is no. We've established a new pipeline that makes use of marketplace assets for those more mundane objects, allowing us to spend more time and money on the really important stuff. A great example of this is our new armory, created using a combination of marketplace assets and mostly unique in-house models. This would have taken us several months before, but now we cut that time down to under a month. I implore you all to have a look around the custom and purchased assets created to make this room feel grounded and interesting to be in, to act as a safe area and something for the player to achieve and unlock. This is just one example of the pipelines we have been implementing at Affray, to not only speed up development of content for you, the player, but to also allow the team to focus their skills and time on the more bespoke art for 5K in the coming months. The main focus of our upcoming work will be to immerse the player as much as possible in a universe that you all love as SCP fans, to define our style and efficiently pull together the immense talent that exists here at Affray. We want you to be engaged with the story about to unfold within this game, unnerved by its atmosphere and tone as you enter a new area, immersed in grounded movement and gunplay, and to be terrified and uncertain of the anomalies you will face along the way. I believe these things all add up to the game the team envisions and the game we all want you to experience.
My name is Kyle Fitzpatrick. I am the art director and principal concept artist for SCP-5K. I'd like to share a glimpse behind the scenes here at Affray at some of our preparations for the upcoming November update. But before I get to that, you may notice that some of our roles have shifted since our last devlog, namely that of Bishop becoming the game director and myself stepping up to art director. So, to introduce who I am, my formal background lies in visual communication as an art director, concept artist, and graphic designer. I started freelancing for Affray back before the Kickstarter campaign on Sci-Z creatures like the Resonator and much anticipated Devastator. This eventually led to my joining their incredibly talented team, where we consistently create amazing artworks. From creatures to characters, graphics to labels, and props to environments. The main part of my job that I have the honour of performing here is to manage the art department, and by extension, work closely with the other leads like Dean to guide the look, quality, tone, and mood of anything visual that makes it into the game. Since reorganising the company, we have all been hard at work improving and implementing new pipelines and management tools to make this process much more efficient and meaningful as we move into the future. That said, you may be wondering what exactly has been happening on our end as a direct result of those changes. The first is a detailed revamp of existing assets to push the quality of our content to the next level. We have happily reached a point where we are able to start perfecting certain elements to rival a AAA standard, including, but certainly not limited to, the D-Class personnel, SCP-1262, a number of firearms, and of course, our FBI UIU. Secondly, we have also made strong headway into contriving visual concepts to further flesh out new and refine existing locations such as checkpoints, armories, dormitories, the D-Class prison, the Ford Education Centre, and a new map that we are very excited to reveal later. This has all coincided with a mammoth effort to split the Area 12 map and begin structuring the true layout and progression of events that inform your incursion as the player. Sequential development in this manner means that we can delicately construct the most impactful encounters possible to make sure that this game becomes a truly memorable experience. The third embarkation has involved gearing everything to manifest and support the fantastic narrative that Trey, Gabriel, and Boman have engineered. Perhaps the most overt example of this is forensic and environmental storytelling, which we approach with the same trinity of thought that we use when designing anything else: wiki accuracy, realism, and tactical gameplay. One of the key efforts that has actively dominated our focus in this regard, and something that is crucial to immersing the players seamlessly into our world, is developing better ways to communicate and imply that this game takes place in an occupied subterranean setting. This is something that we will continue to evolve and improve over time as a grounding element to help orient the player's surroundings relative to the history of Area 12. By guiding the talents of our creative team in this direction, it is our hope and my belief that we will create the most immersive, realistic, and in-depth SCP game that has ever been made to date.